Hello everyone and welcome back. This afternoon I've just been putting together, it's mostly put together when it shows up, but the EMOJO Dexter, an E-Trike. This looks like a really cool bike and we've been waiting to get a trike like this. So anyway, this is pretty cool. It folds for easy storage or hauling and everything, but I don't have it all put together yet, and it's starting to get dark. So comes with quite a few little accessories also. So we'll continue this, and eventually we'll be able to take it for a ride. Well, here we have the EMOJO Dexter E-Trike, and I have had a good month to drive it around and try it in different scenarios. Trying to fight the weather with filming and everything. Now we're into the windy season. We went through some rain. It's just some really cold weather. And I did take it out though several times, and I took it out at night, during the day, in the yard, out on the road. And everything I could throw at the bike or, try out, it worked really well. I like the trike. I like the fact that it has no bar right here. In the spring, I'm going to bring this up to the cabin so my dad can ride around on those trails. And with a bike that has the bar going across, there's no way he can do that. This is an easy step through design. And what I also like about it is with other bikes, a lot of times the seat is so high that you're on your tippy toes. and I can't stand that because when you stop, you know, you're like on a tippy toe. This one you can comfortably sit with your feet on the ground. I really like that. I did put on the rear view mirrors, which work real good. I don't do a lot of driving like on the road, but when I did, you could easily see what's going on, you know, and get them adjusted right. I like to use I call it the gas pedal, you know, but you know, you can set it from 1 to 4 or 5 for pedaling, and then when you pedal assist, so then when you pedal, then the motor kicks in, and when you get up there on the upper numbers, when you hit that, this thing really goes. You can see right here, it comes with a cell phone holder, so you can just adjust this to whatever. Make sure it's not on your buttons, and tighten that down, and you've got, you know, you can do your GPS or whatever you want to right there. For all the driving around that I have done, I've never charged the battery up again, and I'm still at 100%. That's in cold weather, warm weather, so this battery, you can get a double battery setup for this, so it'll go like forever, but I personally don't see a reason for that, because the amount of driving that I do, I can always get back here and could charge it up, but you do have the dual battery option. With the EMOJO Dexter, it has a Shimano 7-speed on here, so you can go slow or really fast, whatever you want to do. And then when you get tired, you just push the button and the battery completely takes over, and you can just sit there and pretty much coast. Then after doing the initial driving around with it, you know, just to test it out and everything, I even went ahead, because it has the nice little basket in the front and the big one in the back. And I could put my chainsaw in the back there, and I drove it out and cut wood one morning. And it actually worked really good for that. I mean, low carbon footprint, you know, I mean, it was just nice and faster than throwing everything in a four-wheeler or whatever and then starting it up and getting going. I could just put it in here, push the button, and go. And the lights on it work real well. It has a headlight and a tail light and brake lights. It also comes with a nice bag here that you can, however you want to put it in there, attach it, put your stuff in here so it's nice and weatherproof, zip it up. I thought that that was a nice feature that came with it. It also comes with a nice covered chain lock here, so you can lock it up. I really don't have to worry about that where we live right here, but if I brought it into town, a bag for your tools. I've never had to use any of the tools since I put it together, but it does have that. A thing to do your chain. wrenches, Allen wrenches, everything. It all fits nicely into this here, and you can just throw that right into your storage case there. It also came with wireless turn signals. It goes on the back, and then it goes up here, you know, and you can turn it on. I couldn't figure that out. I know it's user error. I played around with it for a little while. It was really a rotten day that day, and I just said I'm done for that day, and I never did put them back on yet because I haven't had to drive it into town where I'm going to use that. I am going to get those put on. Melissa wants to drive this to work and back, and that's probably a, I don't know, 13-mile run to work. And she does want to use this when it warms up. Right now we're getting into the cold season, but it's going to work perfect for that. Everything that I use the EMOJO DEXTER E-TRIKE for, I liked it better than a regular bike, except for one instance. I took this, and if you guys watch the videos, we take the buggy and we ride the trails through the woods. And they're not, and all I did is went in there with the chainsaw, cut the brush and everything. So it's very bumpy, very much like this. It's a rough ride even when we take the buggy. And with a trike versus a bike, you are, like it goes into the ruts and stuff. So it was a lot rougher to ride there. That's the only place, if you're going to be doing a lot of this off-road type riding where you're on trails that are not improved at all, you're not going to want to have a trike. But other than that, I can't see any reason why you wouldn't want to have a trike. I mean, you don't tip over, it rides so smooth. Yeah, it was really a joy, and easily as fast as any other bike that I've ever ridden on. So yeah, I mean, I really was impressed. Like at first I just wanted to get this and then maybe give it to my dad, but I never made it up north for that to the cabin with the bike, and I still might want to do that. We'll see. Melissa really, really likes this bike, so she wants to ride it. What would be nice if you're transporting it up north is the fact that, you know, you just pull that pin right there, just loosen that up, pull this back, lift this up, and you can just fold it right around. And because with a full bike is real hard putting it into the back of the truck, you're never going to get one of them into the back of like an SUV, where this you could tuck it right in there. It's so easy that way. Front tire has that quick release on it too, so if you wanted to pull this off, you could. Yeah, just nice for traveling it around if you want to transport it. And it's just been nice having it around. Like right now, before I brought it in here, bike was right outside, hop on it, buzz over to the wood boiler, fill it up. It needs to be filled once a day. Put the wood in there, and I mean, as you have it, you end up using it more. Another thing I really liked about a trike versus a bike is no kickstand. Those kickstands now on those bikes are so far back, and it's hard to get it on the perfect spot to hold the bike up. Even if I have them in the garage on a concrete floor, the concrete isn't as flat, you know, it's an older house. But with the trike, you just stop and you're done. You know, there's no kickstand. Get right on it. No bar to cross over. Seat is fully adjustable. You can go way up, or I think I have it down as low as it will go because I get so sick of it being so high in the air. I even had one morning, I'd come out and one of our cows was out. Well, he's our calf, but he was born this spring, so he's, I don't know, 300 pounds now. You know, he's pretty big. Anyway, he's a master at getting out of that electric fence if I don't have any of the cattle panels around it. It's like it doesn't affect him. He just like walks right through it. And then he gets out in that new grass and he's always so happy. So he's jumping around and running out in the pasture out here. We have a pasture out here that's not fenced in. So he got out of his part and went over here. Anyway, I got to get on the EMOJO DEXTER E-TRIKE, and then because he's so happy and running around, he's just playing. and I could get around him and round him back to the fence, and then once he gets back to the fence, he ran in. So like I said, as you use it, you find more reasons to use it, and that worked out perfect because otherwise he could outrun me, you know, but he couldn't outrun the bike. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. That's all I can think of to do with the EMOJO Dexter E-TRIKE. The thing worked awesome. I will leave the links in the description box. You guys can check it out, see what kind of deals they're running right now. I definitely like the trike over the bike.